Hi guys and welcome back. Today I am working on this gouache painting. It's acrylic gouache and I have never really used this medium as like the main character for a painting before. I've used it for years as the line work in my watercolors, so I'm decently familiar with the paints, with how I like to mix them, kind of just like the basics of it, but I haven't created a whole painting with just that ever, really, and I wanted to. So right before this one, I did actually do two really little paintings for Christmas tree ornaments, and I had to get those done really quickly, so I went with the gouache because it dries basically instantly, and I loved it. It was such a satisfying process to be able to paint with that opaque medium, which is something that I've been really craving. I've been really wanting to explore that. So I decided to do this painting. So I sketched right onto the panel. I have this really beautiful panel. It's from Pocatello. It's one of their more ornate Gothic panels. And I actually really love working off panels like this. I find that it shakes things up from just working on rectangles, and it gives me a little bit of like a design jumping off points so that I have something to work with and I can think through how I want the character to interact with the shape of the panel. I really like using untraditional shaped panels when I'm feeling like I just want something fresh, which is basically all the time these days. I'm really sick of working on rectangles. Well, anyways, that is a side note. So I learned a lot about myself working on this painting, myself as an artist. Oh, and really quickly, this painting is available at my shop. It's called Red Wings. So if you'd like to own this painting, there's a link in the description that'll take you over to my shop so you can check it out. You can give her a new home. If you don't know, but you probably do if you're hanging around here watching this video, I predominantly worked with watercolors for years and years. So watercolors they are transparent. They're kind of a one-shot deal. You can fix mistakes. You can go over with new washes to change the colors and the temperature and the value, but you can really only go in one direction and you can only go so far. And it's pretty limited. So I need to be very thought out with what I'm going to be painting when it comes to watercolors. And I've been really just wanting to be able to do a painting that I can go with the flow with the painting. I can change things and change my mind. I can add things as I'm looking at it. I love oils for that, but there's a time and a place for being able to sit down and create a painting and have it dry basically instantly and be able to have that satisfaction and to be able to move on and add details on top of the base color and change things and do that instantly. And I want that, and I wanted that today. So, the big thing that I learned about myself is that if I have the opportunity to change something, I will. And I will definitely change my mind and repaint the same thing over and over again. I think by the time I finished this painting, I repainted a majority of it probably 3 or 4 times. It was getting absurd. It was too much. Some of those repaints were because I made a mistake and I had to repaint the area, so the background, I think the background went through several stages. So it started off as a much more saturated blue. And this is something also that I'm working on, is trying to get the correct balance of that chroma so that the brightest, most saturated areas of a painting, that's where I want the eye to look. So I dulled down the background. I brought it down a few pegs so that it was more of a gray blue. And then I was really happy with that. And then later on, I dropped some paint on it and I didn't notice. And by the time I noticed it, it was pretty much into the paint. I wouldn't be able to lift it up. So I had to do another pass on the background. And by that point, I was tired of repainting the background. So I did more of like this painterly approach. So what I did was I mixed a color that was pretty close, because I know that I can never quite get it exact with gouache because it dries a different color than it is wet, and it's difficult to color match with acrylic gouache. So I got it pretty close, and then I tried to do more of like a painterly effect so that you could see these brush strokes. Anyways, I am going on a tangent. The point is that like everything in this painting, I painted it. It was pretty good. I changed my mind. I painted it again. And I think I went too far. So I loved the ability to be able to fix things, change things, watch a painting develop in front of my eyes. I loved that. I definitely should have reeled myself back in and had a better idea before I started, at least of the basics of what I wanted the piece to look like, so that I could have gotten to the end in a much straighter shot. So yeah, I think that is my lesson from this big paint, or my big lesson from this painting, is that I need to balance that out better. I need to be able to find a good balance between changing things as I change my mind, as I want to fix things, but then also having a better and clearer idea of how to create the piece that I had wanted to from the beginning. So yeah, by the time I finished painting this, I was so sick of it. It's funny, this happens a lot. I think probably a lot of us artists go through this with certain paintings, is that by the time you get done with it, that process was just so frustrating and exhausting that you're just kind of sick of the painting. But you know that it's a good painting. You know you still like it. You know that if you look at it in a month, you're going to really like it, but you just want to put it away in a closet and not look at it for a month at least. And that's how I feel with this painting. I love the subject matter. I love the character. I'll say that. I think that the area that I did not retouch as much as the rest, which was the character, I like the most. And then the areas that I repainted over and over again, I like the least. So that kind of makes sense. But yeah, this is one of those paintings where I just need to let it go sit in a dark corner for a little bit. And I need to not do that to myself again. I don't like repainting things. I feel really excited about what this piece is opening up for me, I guess, for the new year. I've been really craving looking at what I can do for myself as an artist with fresh eyes, with a fresh goal, with opening up my horizons as far as what I want to create. And I'm sure that this painting probably feels pretty in line with a lot of the other stuff that I have painted, but it's starting to step out into a different direction. I used a completely different medium. I got different results. I just feel really excited about re-examining why I'm making certain artistic choices and then taking myself in a different path that feels more exciting and fulfilling and new. And the subject matter in this one, I think, is the thing that I liked the most about it. I would say the thing that maybe I feel like is not that I disliked, but wasn't quite in the right direction of where I would like to go in the future, is the color palette. So this is something that I've been thinking a lot about, is there are some artists that just, their body of work just feels so harmonious. Like every painting feels like it belongs to all their other paintings. The way that they mix their colors, it just all comes together. And I really crave that. I want that for my own work. And I want to be able to understand my own desires from color, to be able to make paintings that always fit into the colors that I love and the painting colors. So yeah, I feel like in the moment when I'm creating a painting, I will use colors that I think, not just think, that are pleasing to my eyeballs as I'm painting it. I like how they look together, and it feels good. And then when I compare it to past pieces, it just doesn't have that same energy, that cohesion that I'm craving, that I want to be able to have with my work. So I'm not really sure how to get to that end goal. I don't know if it's that I need to really restrict my colors, and then for the next few pieces that I have, they'll start to look more and more similar. I don't know if I need to study other artists, other paintings, and get a body of work that I can work off of as far as color palettes and say that that's the set of colors that I like. I don't really know. This one is kind of an interesting challenge for me. I think that some artists might just more innately draw from colors that just end up looking very harmonious. And I don't want to restrict myself as far as saying, well, some colors are off limits and other colors aren't, but I need more of a set of rules for myself so that I can end up with a piece that I'm happier with. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm putting a lot of thought into it. If I need to give myself like a little worksheet before I start each piece that that looks for certain parameters for my colors. I know that there are certain color palettes and certain colors that I always love. I always love no matter what. So I think maybe I need to go back to the roots of that and like put it down in writing, figure out what exactly I like. So I did mention that I feel really, really happy with the subject matter in this piece. I love winged characters. I used to draw characters with wings all the time when I was in high school and middle school. It was just something that I found really fascinating. And then I haven't really drawn that at all. And I found myself coming back to some of the inspirations and the images and the things that really just sparked my excitement as an artist when I was young. I find that coming back to me. So I've been planning out a body of work, a little set of paintings that I can do that'll have some subject matter that's relatively, I shouldn't say relatively similar to this. It'll have characters that explore certain themes that I've been thinking a lot about in my own life, and that imagery is going to come out in characters with wings, and I feel really good about it. I feel really excited about having a direction to go in with what I want to paint that is going to tell an emotion and a story that I'm really interested in. And I feel like I've kind of, in the past couple of years, gone into autopilot. I feel like that well kind of dried out a little bit as far as the inspiration. And I felt like I was just tripping on from one piece to the next. And this feels like I have a spark back. I have a spark of where I want to go, and it's something new. And I don't know, I'm really excited to show you guys what I've been sketching out for it. And as I get the pieces going, I can show you the pieces that I'm working on and what I'm painting. And it's just, I don't know, this year just feels like it's the year for things to be brought back alive. that childhood spark of enchantment with creating artwork, and the places that I found inspiration, the media that I used to love. I don't know, it feels like it's a time where things can pick up and become something new. I would love to know what you guys have as far as plans for your art for the new year. If you have no plans, I just want to hear what you're thinking about. I love this time of year. I love being able to think about things fresh. I just love the energy of realizing where you're at, looking at what you have and what you want to do and what you want to accomplish, and then finding a way to get to that. It's exciting and it's fun and I love it. So I want to really just soak up that energy and funnel it back into art, into the things that give me joy. So anyways, yes, I do want to hear what you're thinking about, what you're planning, what projects you have going on, what paintings you're working on. But since we're talking about new art, new plans for the new year, this isn't new because I've talked about it, but the beginning of this year, this is when I'm going to be able to finish up my card deck that I have in the works. I'm really excited to get it done. I'm really excited about the work that I'm putting into it right now. It's just, I'm really happy with the artwork. So I'm going to be launching the Kickstarter early April. And yeah, if you'd like to help support the process as I'm working on it, Patreon is getting prints of the artwork of the cards, nice and big and beautiful. So if you'd like to get a postcard or a postcard and a print from my Patreon that is part of this card deck, there's a link down in the description that'll take you over to my Patreon. And that's about it for today. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, for chatting. So if you'd like to own this original painting, Red Wings, there's a link in the description that'll take you over there. And if you'd like to help support me as I work on my card deck, there's a link to my Patreon down in the description as well. And yeah, that's it for today. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you then.